Where should I be looking? Like at the cameras?
You can look at me.
Okay.
The cameras aren't there, it's just you having a conversation with her.
Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Marisa Giesler. My journey as a design student. So in high school we had fashion classes that we could take, but before that, and like growing up, I sewed and crocheted and knitted a lot. So it wasn't really like a surprise when I went into design. I grew up sewing and knitting and crocheting. My grandma taught me, so I kind of always had an interest in stuff like this, and just being very hands-on was a big thing for me. So it was kind of a no-brainer to go into design, and like I was able to keep doing more of like stuff that interested me, and I was able to keep exploring design. I did take a knitwear class abroad, and that like started my whole, because I didn't really do knitwear in my collections before I went abroad. I always had an interest in it and like designed it a little bit, but then I went abroad, took the knitwear class, and I loved the professor that I had. Wanted to do a heavy knitwear influence collection this year, but I also really liked tailoring from the class we took last semester. So I wanted to mesh the two, and so I really went for knitwear. A lot of pieces in my collection are hand knit, so I spent a lot of break and this past semester knitting 2 of my looks, and then I'm now machine knitting a 3rd look, and I've developed my own techniques and stuff with knitting, so you'll see that throughout my collection. The biggest challenge I think a lot of design students face is pushing ourselves more and not doing just like the expected of like what you see in the media and stuff. So like you want to obviously follow trends and like push to like what consumers are buying today, but you also want to be different and individual. So I think that's a really hard balance to find, because you want to be different, but you also want to be able to be like desired by consumers. So I think that's a big challenge that we all face. My inspiration is based off of a Siberian tribe in Russia called the Nenets. And I really liked their location, especially because it's in Siberia, so it's very cold and like tundra. So they wear a lot of like heavy layers and like obviously furs and stuff, so that led way to me doing a knitwear collection. They are very interesting because they're very secluded, so they follow like their own like path, and they just like do their own thing in Siberia, so I really think that's so cool. I have my coat for my collection. It's from look 3. It's probably one of my favorite pieces, but it took a lot of work. It was not easy to do, but I'm very happy with how it turned out.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thank you.
Alright, so if that's it, this will be the end of the interview. Thank you so much for sharing.
No problem. Thank you.
You did a great job.
Thank you.